Morning friends, I'm Jyoti Hikor and today I'm going to talk about the pharmacovigilance global guideline. So let's start. Firstly, we see the guidelines for pharmacovigilance, that are ICH guideline. The ICH has published a number of documents setting standards for safety and both clinical and preclinical trials. The preclinical guidelines have an yes designation, for example S1, S2, etc. It should be noted that the clinical safety guidelines are designated as E. These documents provided a high degree of detail about the expected manner, method, timing, frequency, circumstances in which pharmaceutical companies and other relevant parties need to report the selected or suspected adverse drug reaction and other vital clinical data to the regulatory authority. So each of the following clinical safety has a identified code, and during the lifetime of the ICH, the codes have already revised to reflect the development and evaluation of those standards and documents. So first is E1. E1 is a clinical safety for a drug intended for a long-term treatment and a non-life-threatening condition. Then E2A is a clinical safety data management. The definition and standards for expedited reporting. Then E2B R2. It is for the maintenance of a clinical safety data management, including data elements for the transmission of an individual case safety report. Then E2B R3 clinical safety data management. It is the data element for transmission of an individual case safety report. So the E2C R1 are clinical safety data management, which is for a periodic safety update report for marketed drugs. Then E2C R2, it is for the periodic benefit risk evaluation report. And E2D post approval safety data management, the definition and standards for the expedite reporting. Then E2E are pharmacovigilance planning, and then E2F are development safety update report. So firstly we see the reporting, in which first is expedite reporting, the clinical safety data management, in which it includes the definition and standards for expedite reporting, that is E2A. It is the important to harmonize the way together, and if necessary to make the action on important clinical safety information arising during a clinical development. Those agreed definition and terminology as well as the procedures will ensure the uniform good clinical practices standards in this area. This guideline addresses the following. First is the development of standards, definition, and terminology for key aspects of clinical safety reporting, and second one is the appropriate mechanism for handling expedited reporting in the investigational, means pre approval phase. Then the expedited report means the in which the serious adverse events which are unexpected or not level be reported in 15 calendar days from the first notification of anyone in the company, including its agents, business partners, contractors, distributors, and vendors also. It is also known as alert report or 15-day report. And then 7-day report. The patient in a question has died or had a life-threatening condition, serious adverse event which is also unexpected and possibly related. This report should be sent to the health authorities within a 7 calendar days. Then after that we see the next one, that is individual case safety report. In individual case safety report, it is a document providing the most complete information related to the individual case at a certain point of time. An individual case safety report, means ICSR, is a safety service document which includes the information required for reporting the adverse events and problems related to products and complaints filed by consumers with respect to any products. It is an important facets of adverse event reporting, which is a source of data in PV, means pharmacovigilance. The sources of individual case safety reports are unsolicited source in which the spontaneous report, literature, internet, and other sources such as lay press and other media are included. Then the second criteria is a solicited sources. Third criteria is a contractual agreement, and fourth criteria is a regulatory authority sources. Then, because of a national and international agreement, rules, and regulation, the individual case safety update report of adverse drug reaction and adverse events need to be transmitted from identified reporting sources of regulatory authorities and pharmacovigilance companies, pharmaceutical companies, and then in between the regulatory authorities, then between the pharmaceutical companies and the regulatory authorities, then within the authorities or pharmaceutical companies, then from clinical investigators who are sponsors to ethics committee, and from the authorities to the World Health Organization collaborating centers for international drug monitoring. That all is about the guideline, global guideline of a pharmacovigilance. Thank you.